Good morning to all of you. Yesterday we have covered those who are absent. Can see the slides. I cannot discuss because of the time constraints. Time is very limited because you have your exams in December. So we have to cover the course. Yesterday we discussed the difference between the search and the research. This is a very basic concept of research and what is the process of search and research, depth and output of the search and the research. What is research exactly? Then I have given the definitions. These definitions I have not. Yes, come in. Please close the door. So these are the basic definitions. I will provide you this PPT, so you will get it from there. It has to be remembered and write a very simple definition, which has already been discussed yesterday. Systematic, logical, empirical, deductive, and replicable. These are the different characteristics of research. Different types of research we have discussed, and most of you have already been studying your masters, specifically MBA and MCOM students. These are the explanations. This was left field research. This is also one of the kind of a research which is traditionally being through different forms and methods of research conducted in a laboratory or academic setting. So the purpose of this research is it is advantageous of field research that people are closer to the world condition and design the research in the best way to discover a particular information required. So this is field research in which an extensive field work is required for collection of a data, and you have to manage the field team, being a research scholar or a principal investigator of a project which has been assigned by you, whether it is a funded project or non-funded project. So field, how to manage the field bias to collect the data, how to manage the entire field if the data collection method is very extensive. So this is also one of the kind of a research which is totally based on like the population survey, and it's not a job of a one person or a 10% to collect the data of an entire country. Recently, the data has been collected by the Bihar government about the different caste and creeds. Now, this is the next topic which I will cover today is uh, research. What is research? I have explained you. Again, the research is a process of steps used to collect and analyze the information to increase your understanding of a topic or an issue or a problem which you are going to discuss or which you are going to monitor. According to Cook, research is an abbreviation of the following. So you can understand what exactly the research is with these abbreviations. The first R of a research is rational way of thinking. What is rational way of thinking? General. Alright, it is not specific to you or only your purpose will be solved. The purpose of the entire society or for whom you are working on an issue that has to be solved. So this is the approach should be rational. E stand for expert and exhaustive treatment of your survey, your experiment, or your descriptive research or empirical research, whatever type of a research you are doing, it should be done in an exhaustive way. S stand for search and solution, definitely through a survey or an experiment. Stand for exactness, means there should not be manipulations in the data. The data should be correctly, the questionnaire should be correctly filled by the relevant persons and should be analyzed properly. The next is the A, that is analysis. Analysis should be done properly. It should not be vague. You have not got the data of a particular variance or variable, then you are writing in your own. It is manipulated. So that is not acceptable in an exact research or a true research. You can say relationship of facts is to be analyzed in your reliability test. After generating your hypothesis, you have to check the hypothesis are reliable or not. C stand for critical observation, careful planning, constructive attitude, and considered generalizations. NH for honest and hardworking means ethics should be properly implemented in your research. You should not you should not take any other author's work in your thesis. You have to do your own work. You can analyze, you can review the work of the others, but it should be in your own language, in your own explanation. So this abbreviation can explain the entire research. Now come to the objectives of research. This is the common objective of research. This is not the research objective. There is a difference in research objectives and objective of a research. Research objectives are the objectives which you will generate according to your research problem or topic on which you are going to work. But ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ अ रिसर्च मीन्स आप रिसर्च करने के लिए आपको किन चीज़ों की ज़रूरत है, दैट इज व्हाट शुड बी योर गोल of doing research. So the first is gain familiarity with the new phenomena or developing new insight into a phenomenon. What do you understand by this? This should be the objective of your research which you are going to do in your PhD. Hmm. You must know what it stands for. Gain familiarity with the new phenomena, either or develop न्यू इंसाइट इनटू अ फिनोमेना. या तो आप किसी एक टॉपिक नए टॉपिक को डिस्कवर कर रहे हैं, दैट इज योर ओन इनोवेटिव रिसर्च, और you are reviewing the work of any other author which has already been worked, or you are going to study some other aspect of that particular problem. For example, if somebody is doing survey of the financial literacy of women, for example, and you are going to study financial literacy of working women or a rural woman. So this is another aspect of the same phenomenon with which you are working. Yeah. Like in science also, somebody has worked on one plant and another is working on another way of getting some other type of a plant from a particular seed, whatever. Second is clear. First point, this should be the objective of your research. Second, review and synthesize the existing knowledge. I have given you that somebody has submitted a thesis on the financial literacy amongst women in Uttar Pradesh, for example. So somebody else is going to study the rural women of central Uttar Pradesh or Lucknow city or nearby the villages nearby Lucknow, whatever. So this is the some other aspect in which you are going to review his work or her work and also synthesizing, creating the existing knowledge from the existing knowledge. Investigate some existing situation or a problem. This is the part of your research which you are going to do. Investigate what is the cause of this, why this happened, why this is happening, why this is not happening. This is also maybe to investigate, offer solution to a problem. The purpose of a research is to give solution to a problem. Otherwise, your research is not complete. Or if you are not able to give the proper solution, like in the case of COVID-19 vaccine or COVID-19 medicine, they are giving a nearby or a very close medicine for that maybe to some extent it is helpful. Somebody is doing research that the antibiotics will not work in the coming years, as I study in some article. I don't know because I am not a science student. So, is this the science people please tell if the researchers are going on that the antibiotics will not work because of the side medicines or some medicines or some climatic conditions की वजह से क्या ऐसा होगा है सर एंटीबायोटिक काम करना बंद कर देगी अभी तो हम लोग पूरे उसी पे डिपेंडेंट the viruses are going to becoming stronger. That's why it will not work. So what is the reason that these viruses are becoming stronger? Okay. So, offer solution to a problem, explore and analyze more general issues. This should be the objective of your research. Construct or create a new procedure or system. You have to give a flow chart that can be patented if it is an innovative idea of yours. So, that should be the objective of your research work. Then generate new knowledge. Definitely, at your in your findings, you will give some solutions or give you some recommendations and solution to a problem on which you are working. So, why the working women are financially literate and non-working women, but they are educated, are not financially literate? What is the reason? They are not able to explore the policies of different banks, or banks are not properly advertising their policies to, or they are concentrating their work only to the working women. So this may be a topic, any topic on which you are working. Just offer solution to a problem. Mhm. मैंने वही एग्जांपल दी थी कोविड-19 की मेडिसिन की मैंने एग्जांपल दी थी कि देयर इज नो सेट मेडिसिन दैट कैन प्रोटेक्ट you from the COVID. So they are working still working and they work closely. They are not still they are not able to provide the exact solution to that problem. So you are right to some extent, but you try to offer solution to a problem. Okay. Research should be highly focused and visible. Visible and research visible means it should be go in a right way. है ना ऐसा नहीं है आपने टॉपिक कुछ और सोचा एंड यू आर गोइंग समवेयर एल्स you start working somewhere else at a second or third RDC it is has been finded by the expert that you are going in a wrong way. So your work should, that's why research methodology should be applied. Your research plan and your research design should be set at your research methodology stage. Generally, people or the scholars they write research methodology at the last. But this should be initial work. That what should be the way of doing work. Research makes accurate use of concepts. All the concepts of the research methodology is used. Research is done to find out the hidden truth. So the purpose of research, is to answer the questions of your research question or your research problem um, in a scientific and logical manner. So the main aim of research is to find out the truth which is hidden and which has not been discovered. You have to keep in mind one example when you read a sentence written here. जैसे मैंने एग्जाम्पल दी कि वर्किंग वुमन की या फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी की या कोविड की. So these are the basic objectives which are related to a particular type of research to gain familiarity with a phenomena, to achieve new insights into it. Study with this objective in view are termed as exploratory or formulative research, which I have explained yesterday. What are the exploratory research? To portray accurately the characteristics of a particular individual solution or a group. The studies with this objective or object in view are known as descriptive research. Is there any doubt in these two objectives? Here, what is exploratory research? I have explained yesterday. And what is descriptive research? You are reviewing the literature and describing your views on the other work, or you are entering into insight of the work done by other authors previously to determine the frequency with which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else. So this is diagnostic research. Why the fever is coming again and again? What is the reason? What is the cause? You have to monitor. आपने देखा है ना जो नर्सेज होती हैं वो बेड के पास एक चार्ट लगाई जाती है और उस चार्ट को वो मॉनिटर करती हैं ब्लड प्रेशर, फीवर और शुगर, एवरीथिंग. Why? Because they have to get some statistic of that patient to diagnose what exactly the problem is and what medicine should be prescribed to this patient. So the test of hypothesis of a causal relationship between variables, such studies are known as hypothesis testing research studies. So hypothesis, these are the assumptions. Okay, this may happen because of this. This variable is responsible for this. This factor may be the cause of this happening. So, in this, when you are generating the hypothesis, you have to test these hypotheses at a stage when you will get the a particular data about that for your pilot research, and then you will have to check your hypothesis is negative or positive at that stage. Hmm. So the second work after setting your objective is to generate hypothesis. Sorry, what is exploratory research? You were present yesterday. It is experimental based research, and descriptive research is you are describing a particular phenomena on the basis of the work has done by other authors or other scientists. Motivation of research. What is your motivation? Siddhartha, everybody has motivated towards research. हमारे वीसी साहब ने कहा था, क्या कहा था? It should not be forced. There should be a passion of research in you. आपके अंदर पैशन होना चाहिए रिसर्च करने का, enthusiasm होना चाहिए कि I am doing on a particular work and that should be beneficial for the society, for the government, and my paper should be published in good index journals, and I have to get more citations on that. है ना? The impact factor should be very good of my research work. So all these things should be in your mind when you are doing your research. Every research scholar or a researcher should be motivated. So what makes people to undertake research? This is a question of fundamental importance. Hmm. How many of you are doing PhD just for the doctorate degree? I, I should be able to write Doctor DR before my name. Huh? How many of you? None. Very good. It means all have passion of doing research. So desire to get research degree along with the consequential benefit. This is also one of the motivational factors. Desire to face the challenge in solving the unsolved problems, that is concern over practical problems, initiate research, desire to get the intellectual joy of doing some creative work. How many have this intellectual joy? Hmm? Very good. So these are the different motivational factors every researcher should have. Desire to be of service of society, desire to get respectability, desire to understand the cause and effect relationship. So these are the different motivational factors which are generally seen in the researcher's mind. Significance of research, importance. So the significance of research cannot be observed as it plays a crucial role in advancing knowledge, addressing societal challenges, and driving progress in various fields. So here are some of the significance which I have to explain. Advancing knowledge. What is this significance? You should also explain. Bolo. Advancing knowledge. Particular phenomena or area or problem. Anybody else? Hmm? Solve a problem, yes. Enhance knowledge, right? Enhancing the knowledge. So this may be one of the significance of the research scholar or researcher. The research is a systematic and rigorous process that generates new information, insights, and discoveries. So it expands our understanding of the world and contributes to the body of knowledge in various disciplines. Hmm. Why the sale of the diesel car is decreasing? What is the reason? This may be this is the phenomena which we have seen. Then we are entering insight into this cause. What is the cause of? Because it is creating pollution. The government is also not facilitating to buy the diesel cars. Instead, they are promoting to buy electric cars because of eradication of the pollution spreading all over India, specifically in Delhi. Solving a problem is the second significance. Every researcher has a problem, that is the topic on which they will work thoroughly, rigorously by using scientific methods and then come to a particular solution that this is the solution or close to a solution as per this guide. So research is often undertaken to solve a specific problem or address pressing issues, whether it can be medicine, engineering, social science, or any other field. Research provides solutions to the innovations that improve people life, informing decision making. This is also very important aspect of significance of uh, this research for the top management to get one hand information in order to taking the decision related to the financial position of a company, the production process, the application of the technology, implementation of a technology, how much production can be increased, what sort of sources we require to increase our production. All these things are important from the point of view of so if I was talking about, sorry for the interruption, informing decision making is very important. Every part, a medical practitioner, the government is also taking decision on the basis of different researches done by different departments, CSIR or scientific societies. They are working on that. In companies, the research every time the research is required to uplift the organization. Innovation and technological advancement in the society, in the company, like Digital India. You can understand that everybody is making payment through UPI. This is the result of the research somebody has done before implementation of these digital methods of payment in our country. Because 70%, more than 70% of the population is illiterate and they are using UPI. So to some extent, it is the research was visible and effective. You can say economic development of a country also required researches, the relationship with different countries in order to increase the economic development of a country. How can we facilitate our government to increase the export and the balance of payment situation can be better. Researches are everybody is doing researches on these, and some results are also implementing. Why the garment export is deteriorated since 2008 onwards in our country. So this is also one of the burning topics we should write. The common students should write a topic. The research paper on this. Those who are working on international business. So these are the researchers which are required for economic development of countries. Maybe IO, they are doing a lot of researches for economic development. Cross-disciplinary collaboration. What is this? Cross-disciplinary collaboration. Research often involve collaboration among experts with different fields. If two different fields are involved in a one research, you have to collaborate with them. Then only the good results can be expected. So collaboration among experts with different fields leading to cross fertilization of ideas and approaches. The interdisciplinary approach can yield groundbreaking decisions like the sustainability. Nowadays, the burning topic, um, all the 17 SDGs implemented by the UNO or United Nations. So everybody is working on that. Sustainable accounting, sustainable supply chain management. So a lot of researches are going on this. This topic is a burning topic. Um, Green marketing. So environmental factors they are keeping in mind because the environment is changing very fast and it is a threat to the world. That so researchers should be there. Quality assurance is also one of the factors on which the research can be done to ensure better quality, social and cultural understanding in research in the social science and humanities contributes to understanding of the societies on different matters related to the culture and human behavior. It helps address societal issues, foster empathy, and promote cultural awareness amongst the masses. Long-term benefits. Research often has long-term effects. With this impact felt for years or even generations, many scientific breakthrough and innovations have their roots in research conducted decade ago. So whatever in medical sciences we are getting benefit because of the researches done by others. We are getting electricity, tube light, LED. These are the result of the researches done by others. है ना? ऐसा नहीं है कि एक दिन में सब चीज उसने बना ली. Everybody is looking for or indulging themselves in searching the new innovative things. Environmental sustainability, as I told you, the 17 SDG goals. SDGs are very important for protecting the environment. So many researchers are going on this. Disaster management, water harvesting, a lot of projects of environmental science. Environmental science के लोग हैं? Anybody from environmental science? No. Personal growth. How can a research be based on personal growth? Engaging in research can promote personal growth of a researcher. If you want to become an intellectual, a professor, or a scientist, you have to personally or critically involved in this. Critical thinking, problem solving, analytical skills. It also fosters a sense of intellectual curiosity, and the lifelong commitment to learning. Importance of research. These are the comes under the basic concept of the research. So recognizes the potential opportunities and threats. So research can give you what are the opportunities which can be grabbed, what are the threats with which we should protect ourselves. So for any strategy to be successful, the organization needs to have very good understanding of the environment in which it operates. Research is a tool with which management is able to scan the environment and identify various opportunities and problems existing in the environment by scanning and researching extensively. In marketing research, this is very important that all the social, political, cultural strategy we have to scan and we make our policies, marketing policies, production policies, pricing policies accordingly. So this recognizes the potential opportunities and threat is possible when we will scan the Western G. G is the global. E is political. बताओ, Darlene, what is Western G? And technological and global. दो ही आए एक और क्या environmental, है ना? Ecological और environmental. Second is assessment of problem and opportunity. What is the problem and how this problem can be an opportunity for others. If two countries are fighting, then there is an opportunity for the third country to supply more arms or can earn more money, can increase its economic condition. Selection of best alternative actions. So research insists the managers in selecting the best among the alternative course of action. So the various alternatives evaluates using specific evaluation criteria set by the researcher. The selection of best alternative actions, if you are doing a research on a consumer behavior, so I can give example related to these. If you are doing a research on a consumer behavior, so you have got certain alternatives. How can you develop a product? Because you cannot develop a product according to the choice of every individual. You have to select a particular segment, and then you have to target that, then try to create positioning among the minds of those who would like to get your product. So selection of best alternatives means the researcher has to provide the alternatives. Then marketer will have to choose what is the best. Analyzing, evaluating the course of action. What will be the implication of this action or the implementation of the result of a particular research? That has to be properly evaluated by the researcher himself, as well as those who are implementing that, whether it is at the country level, the prime minister, or the bureaucrats, or at the country level and organization level, the CEOs or the managing directors of the company. Analyzing the competition, this is also a commercial part, that what is the competition with different countries, with different organizations, with different products. So every time the marketer should be busy in doing research on the competitors' strategy, competitors' perception, competitors' action, future action. So this also required research. The research provides, um, this is the importance of a research, that we can analyze our competitors, and accordingly we have to change ourselves. We have to develop our product according to the need and wants of the consumers, which has been studied by our researchers. Now come to the research method. This is also one of the topic. I'll try to finish your first unit in two classes, four classes. So because this is the smallest unit. The research method. What is the difference between different research methods and research methodology? That I will explain here. The research method refers to strategies, techniques, and procedures that researchers use to collect, analyze, and interpret data in order to answer research questions or test hypothesis. On the basis of that research question, you have developed the objective and hypothesis, and you will test that hypothesis. Okay. The choice of research method depends on the nature of the research question. What is the nature of the research question? That is very important part of your research method. The type of data needed, primary or secondary, first-hand data or a data already available. If you are doing an analysis of financial statements of two companies in the last 3 years, you need secondary data. There is no need to collect the data from large number of participants or respondents. Okay. So in that case, I have given the example of the financial literacy among rural women. So India is a very big country, so you cannot done the entire country research. You will have to choose a population like central UP, Uttar Pradesh, then from Kanpur to Gorakhpur, whatever villages comes under this, you can take that as a sample of your research. So you will have to develop a research questionnaire as well as schedule because they are illiterate, so you need a schedule also and to conduct the research. Clear the questionnaire and schedule. Schedule is to be filled by the researcher. Then experiments, controlled experiments involve manipulating variables to establish causal relationship. This is basically most important for the scientific researchers. What inputs you have to put in your experiment in order to get result, that depends upon the nature of the research again. Observational research means you are not asking anything with anybody, you are just observing and giving your views or your giving your findings. So researcher observe and record behavior or phenomena in a natural settings without intervention. Can anybody give any example? Hmm? How? Let's say example. If somebody is standing on a road and counting the cars numbers which are out of Lucknow, how many cars passes from Hazalganj which are not belongs to UP 32 means the Lucknow number. So they are observing, noting down, and they are not asking anybody. If this work can be done through survey also. You take a survey, do a survey of 2 3 places, and ask the people which car you have, from where it is to be registered. तो एक ऑब्जर्वेशन हो गया एक सर्वे हो गया यू कैन ऑब्जर्व एनीथिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन इन साइंटिफिक रिसर्च इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट यू हैव पुट अ प्लांट in a pot and you are observing what changes are going on and you are writing at different levels by putting different chemical fertilizers in that what is the reaction of that so this is also observation observational researches or observational survey study. Content analysis, analyzing the content of a written visual material such as a book, article or a social media post to identify patterns and trends. This content writing nowadays is very important, very common and all the management students they are joining the content writing field, mostly who want to work in social media. Qualitative research means no numbers, digital numbers are involved in that counting. So interviews, researchers conduct open-ended interviews to gather in-depth information. What are the open-ended and closed-ended interviews? You are restricted to yes or no, true or false, है ना? Good, bad, very good, excellent. These are close-ended. But if you are asking somebody something in detail that can be written or observed, that is close-ended, open-ended. Focus group interviews may be open-ended and close-ended. Focus group, small group of participants discuss a topic allowing researchers to explore opinion, attitudes, and perceptions. For example, women customers took a group of 50 ladies who are buying groceries in a mall. We can ask questions with them, we can discuss something with them in order to come to a particular solution of a problem. For example, in metro sales, the vegetables are not, there is a very bad sale or you can say there is no very good sale of the vegetables while the other groceries are the sale is very good. What is the reason? So you can ask with some certain ladies because the US they generally buy vegetables in malls. Case studies, the in-depth analysis of a single individual or an organizational phenomena on a particular problem. Why in a particular area the sale of one good is not appropriate while in another area it is very appropriate. What is the reason? The researcher will have to do an individual case study on that. Ethnography. What is ethnography? Engaging in a particular culture or community to gain insight into its practices and beliefs. Ethnography is for a particular cultured people, or from a particular uh, life. The people belongs to a particular lifestyle, like middle income group, uh, people, or economically backward class group. So that kind of a researches are ethnography researches, which are to be conducted in that particular society. Mixed method of research, qualitative के बाद next है mixed method of research which combine both quantitative and qualitative. कुछ ऐसी रिसर्चेज होती हैं जिसमें आपको ऑब्जर्वेशन कंटेंट्स लिखते हैं और प्रीवियस रिसर्चेस को पढ़ के उसके ऊपर आप अपने ऑब्जर्वेशन देंगे एंड यू साइड बाय साइड यू हैव टू नीड डेटा कलेक्शन in a quantitative terms. How many people said this, how many people said this. So these are mostly these researches are a mix of quantitative and qualitative data. Hmm. That's why we have to implement literature survey initially to all the scholars. Those who are having some topic in their mind, they should start going through the literature review of at least 100 literatures. आप लोगों को अभी से अपने टॉपिक से रिलेटेड लिटरेचर पढ़ने शुरू कर देने चाहिए, उसको कट पेस्ट करके वर्ड पे एक जगह जमा कर देना चाहिए. उसका तरीका क्या है? What is the way that you have to write? You go through one literature, what the author said, what is its findings. Then you have to write in 3, 4, 5 lines in your own language the observation of that particular literature. That will accumulate and that becomes a chapter at the end. तो आपका एक भारी काम बच जाएगा. You should start right from right now. है ना? अभी से. And that's why you can be able to choose your exact topic. Once you do not have the research question or research gap, how can you say that I want to work on this topic? हो सकता है उस पर काम कभी मैंने बताया था, हो सकता है उस पर काम हो चुका हो. A lot of research has been done on that. Action research, already explained you a method used to education social sciences with researchers work closely with practitioners to solve a particular problem while conducting a research. In higher education, for example, what are what are the changes required? So NEP is implemented based on research. Somebody has so many people have conducted a research, then the government finally decided NEP should be implemented. At any point of time, when the student is not able to do it, he can get out from that particular course and should get some certification. A mix of the courses which are irrelevant that has to be implemented in NEP. A student of BCom honors is studying carpentry because if he is not able to complete BCom, he can become a carpenter or a electrician at least. This is what the action research has been conducted by different researchers. Longitudinal studies collecting data from same individuals or group over a extended period to track changes and developments. As I have given the example of a plant, you have put a seed and then you are waiting for different changes coming in that seed. Cross-sectional studies collecting data from different individuals or groups at a single point with the time to compare characteristics or attitudes. So this is also a different kind of a research depending upon the nature of research on which you are working. So these are the different research methods generally that researchers use. I have covered all randomized controlled trials (RCTs). Participants are randomly assigned to different groups to test the effect of an intervention or treatment. So randomly you choose a particular uh, sample and you are testing on that and waiting for the result. If the chemicals which you have used in that experiment, which or the respondent which you have taken randomly. On the other hand, Cauchy experimental design is similar to RCT but with less control over random. In this Cauchy experiment, you have to choose only those which require the treatment. Okay. The respondent should require the treatment. Survey research based on survey, collect data, attitude, opinions, behavior, demographics of different people in marketing research. Secondary data analysis using existing data sources. I have given the example of the 3 years balance sheet, 3 years P&L account, profit and loss account of a company. Then you are doing ratio analysis. So all these kind of research based on the data already available. If you are working on the GDP or NNP, the economic student, they have to go through the RBI survey or RBI bulletin to get the data which is published every year by the Bank of India. You need not to collect data, you have first-hand data available, second-hand data available in different directories. Neuro managing, neuro managing and biometric methods. So this is, I think, the scientific utilizing technologies like MRI, EEG, ECG, and psychological measurements to study brain activity and bodily responses. So these are based on different equipments which we use to get the result of the diseases or having diseases or not having diseases. Simulation and modeling research is computer-based models, simulations to study complex system or phenomena. Is anybody computer science can explain this? Rahul Ranjan ji, senior most faculty of computer science. Simulation and modeling क्या होता है? What is this? Provide the Mhm. Okay. Means you create an environment and then you have to do research. They are creating computer-based models or simulation to study complex system or phenomena. This is rightly said here. So researchers select the most appropriate research methods based on their research objectives, available resources, ethical conditions, and nature of the phenomena. So whatever I have discussed about the research methods, we covered all these. Now next is research method versus research methodology, as I told you. So there are different aspects. With this, you can differentiate the research methods with research methodology. First, I have taken the definition. Research method refers to the techniques, procedures, processes the researchers use to collect, analyze, and interpret data. ये तीन चीजें करनी होती हैं: collect, analyze, and interpret. So that you will do it. Focus is concerned with the practical steps and techniques employed in conducting research. Example, survey experiments, interview methods, face-to-face or online or whatever, case studies on individually or an organization, content analysis, the content which has been written by somebody and you are reviewing that content. Hmm. Paper review, जानते हैं? What is paper review? You go through the paper from the abstract to the conclusion, and then you have to write your views on that. What is the author's opinion, and if you are convinced with that, then you will write in that sense. If you are not convinced, then critically you will analyze that and you will write. आप लोग अटेंडेंस लिख रहे हैं साइन करो. It is moving. Okay. So, but Nadia, you can take sheet. Should not do this. Application research method are specific activities or techniques applied by researchers to gather and analyze data. They can be quantitative, qualitative, or a combination of both of the type of data which you are applying to your research. On the other hand, research methodology can be defined as the primary framework of the systematic way in which the research is designed, conducted, and analyzed. You cannot do things which are required at the last, you are doing in the first. You have to study the research design, you have to mention your research plan in your research methodology, and the very first part of the research methodology is your objective should be clearly defined in the research methodology part. What is your sample unit? What is your sample size? What is your sample location? Everything should be mentioned in your research methodology. Focus of this research methodology is concerned with the philosophical foundation, the logic of the research process, and the theoretical framework guiding the research. Everything should be logical as if you are applying the research methodology. These are the components which you will study or you have to implement in your research methodology. It includes elements such as the research design, sampling strategy, as I told you, what kind of data you will use, randomly you will choose the data. What type of a research is this? Descriptive, empirical, diagnostic, action, whatever that has to be mentioned in your research methodology, which you will write a separate chapter. The sampling strategy, data collection method, data analysis techniques, and the overall approach to solving the research problem. Application research methodology is more comprehensive, guiding the researchers in making decisions about the entire research process. It involves choices about the overall design of the study and the principles that underline the research approach. So, all of you have to go through the research methodology book of C.R. Kothari. It is one of the best books. And if you have, I have the soft copy of that, and in our library, a lot of copies are there in central library also. You can go and issue that. All of you have your identity card. First, you get your identity card from the admission section. Then, on that, you can get research methodology books. A lot of books are there in the central library as well as in our library for the management students. And the department specific libraries also having copies of that. What is research process? The research process refers to the systematic and organized approach used to gather, analyze, and interpret That is a specific research question or objective. It involves several sequential steps that guide researchers in conducting research. So I think you have the commerce student have already studied the marketing research process. The same research process is applicable here also. So cross-well research is a process used to collect, analyze information to enhance our understanding of a topic or an issue. These are the components of a research process. Step further, you can say the first step is identifying of the research problem. So you people, all of you are on this stage right now, identifying the research problem of your interest. Hmm? Sorry. The first is identification of problem. I said this. How can you identify the problem? First, you should set your mind about a topic, whether it is marketing, it is international business, it is HR, it is finance, it is I mean, in the science, botany or zoology or whatever. And on that, you will have to choose a particular aspect in which you are seeing some problem, and that's why you make your mind to do work. आपकी रिसर्च ऐसे नहीं होनी चाहिए सब इसी पे कर रहे हैं तो हम भी कर रहे हैं. Your research should be different from others. Not only those of your colleagues, but those who have already worked on that. Uniqueness is very important. Then it will be applicable in the government or the society. So once you have decided that I will have to work on this particular problem, then go through the literature review what I told you all. I think all of you must have decided the research problem. How many of you decided this is the research problem? Hmm? What is yours? Mental health. Okay. She decided to work on the working woman or men or is this related to work-life balance? She decided to work on the work-life balance of the working. अगर decide करेगी working woman or working man or government organization implies or private organization implies, वो उसको धीरे धीरे छोटा करना पड़ता है टॉपिक. Big problem can be summarized, otherwise you cannot do it. Everything you will do that what others do. So so everybody has a problem in your mind, and accordingly you will go through the literature. So I have given one Shod Ganga is the website on which different researches are available. So when you will put your topic, your problem, they will give you the thesis already written on related topics. So you should not do or download that and make minor changes and submit it. No, you have to decide a different topic, but you can get the guideline from that how this research thesis can be formulated or framed. Hmm. So I told you literature review is the work of the others which has already been done a lot of work on that topic or related topics. So when you go through the at least 100 literature reviews, you will come to know that this is the aspect which is left by all the authors. They have not picked that this phenomena. So I should work on that. Hmm. Any example? Anybody can give example? Where are you going? Attendance होगी तो जाए. Hmm. You have class, faculty. So literature review, you understand? What is this? Go through the literature review and come to the research problem, decide your research problem and research question, and finally the research gap. तो तीसरा काम होता है, उसमें ये लिखा हुआ है फाउंडेशन ऑफ हाइपोथेसिस से पहले is identifying the research gap. What is the aspect the other authors have not discussed in their research or clarified the research? Next is the formulation of objective, not hypothesis. You write down formulation of objective. This is what is available. I have taken it, the diagram also and this. Formulation of objective is before hypothesis. On the basis of your objective, you will decide objective. For example, consumers' perception towards adopting electric cars. कंज्यूमर का परसेप्शन क्या है अडॉप्टेशन अडॉप्ट करने में इलेक्ट्रिक कार. So this is your problem. You know that the electric car sale is not as it should be. That's why you are working. This is the problem. Now, what is the perception of the consumers? Who will be your consumers? अभी तो उसने परचेज ही नहीं करी गाड़ी. Who will be your respondents? First, we will go through the literature review, what work has been done by others, and we will come to our research problem. So, what objective should be of this research problem? Adoption of electric cars by consumers, for example, of Delhi NCR. Because we have to take conduct a survey in a particular region. What will be the objectives? I think you should mention advantage and disadvantage, but it should not be the first objective. What will be the first objective? What should be the first objective? I think the first objective should be what is the perception. To understand the perception of the respondents about electric cars. उनका perception क्या है? What is perception? There is two things: perception and experiment. Sorry, experience. Perception and experience में कोई difference है? क्या है? Hmm? Without experience. Yes. The perception is what is their mindset about the electric car. We would like to know that. Then we have to do factor analysis. What are the factors which are responsible for not adopting? ये हमारी hypothesis होगी. What are the factors? पहले हम factors choose करेंगे. Then we will have to make different hypotheses for different factors. This factor is responsible for not adopting the electric car. This factor is responsible for adopting electric car. So one should be the relative hypothesis and another should be alternative hypothesis. So before formulation of hypothesis, we have to generate our objectives. Then we have to formulate our hypothesis or sub hypothesis if required. But generally the hypothesis should be minimum. Try to avoid sub hypothesis. मैंने देखा है बहुत सारे बच्चे जो है वो सब हाइपोथेसिस ले लेते हैं, then the research will become lengthy and analysis will become complex, so you have to take only hypothesis. Then you will have to make questionnaire, develop a questionnaire after hypothesis generation. Then from that questionnaire you will collect data collection methods में वही interview, survey, schedule, हाँ, और primary data, secondary data, तो आप आगे पढ़ेंगे. So there are different methods of data collection which will be adopted according to the nature of the research which you are going to do. Then data analysis, analyze the data. Then data interpretation, generalization of the interpretation, what the table said, what the graph depicts, what is the flow of consumption or using a particular thing, what are the changes. Hmm. Then report writing. Report writing is the last part which you will have to start. But it is not. It doesn't matter कि आप you can at least write your literature review. You can do your literature review, your introduction, your research methodology, and finally you will start report writing. So report writing has different a set of methods in which we have to use. Our university has a procedure of follow a different procedure which is available on our website. So what will be the first chapter, second chapter, third, there will be the acknowledgement, certificate, everything. So first you will have to make a main title page, and after that you will put your supervisor certificate. Then your declaration should be there, your flexible report should be there, or either some universities want on a front and some on a back side as an appendix. Appendix. So acknowledgement, then list of figures, list of tables, then content. Finally, after contents, you will have to follow the content. Introduction, then your research methodology, literature review, then research methodology, then your data collection, sorry, data analysis and interpretation, one chapter, and after that your findings, then conclusion, then recommendation, then references, and or bibliography. So this is report writing. Now this is the last topic, which is related to the challenges faced by the researchers in doing research. So there are many challenges that researchers face in different fields, and the specific challenges may vary depending on the nature of the research, the resources available, broader societal and political context. However, some of the common challenges I mentioned here: slow and time-consuming process. If you believe in ethical research, then it is slow and time-consuming. If you do not take care of the plagiarism, it may be a fast process. So researches are always slow and time-consuming process because you have to minutely go through the in-depth of the other researches. Then your own problems you have to know and working on each and every aspect of that problem which can give the solution to the problem. Difficulty in getting grants and funds which is related to the funded projects or some funded research. So there are certain organizations of government of India that provide, and foreign also they provide grants to good researches or topics. Judging activities to ensure better time management. Time management is very important for all of you. At the last, you said that there are some things going. Huh? If you will waste your time here at this stage, then definitely in the last seventh or sixth RDC, you will feel I am not getting free PhD. So time management is very important for every researcher like you. You have to start working on your literature review. You identify your research gap, or so if you do not have the supervisor, then you can ask anybody in the department. They can guide you because it's the policy of the university. They allot the guide after the clearance of your coursework exam. If you are doing it, the management students can come to me or any other senior teacher. They will guide you. Active networking and collaboration is important. Today is the this collaborative work is very important. If you will collaborate with others, you will get some other ideas of others, and that can be implemented in your. So nowadays, the collaborative work is successful. One of our faculty members who left our University of Bioscience, yesterday I found that he becomes the second number scientist in the world. So this is because of collaborative research. He right in his acknowledgement that this is because of collaborative research. Managing and evaluating huge amount of information, successfully publishing in impactful journals. You have to publish two papers related to your topic, your research problem. One paper should be the review paper and another analytical paper based on your data collection. एक पेपर आप अभी कर सकते हैं after your you will allot your supervisor then that will be the review paper, and second paper after getting the collecting the data for pilot research, then you can do the second paper, and both the papers are required in Scopus or Web of Science. Now the UGC care papers are not accepted by Indian universities. Okay. So you should make your mind that you will have to publish in Scopus or Web of Science or good index journal. Securing intellectual property. What is intellectual property? Patent. Have any idea? The intellectual property is your property. Nobody can use because you have a copyright of that. So, your depending upon your work. If your work is your work is your own work, then you can and you can copyright it and get it. It can be patented. Understanding and following the nuisance of academic and scientific ethics. So this is also important that you know that what will be the application of the plagiarism, what are the different kind of plagiarism you study in your physical research subject. So your research should be your research should be your own work. It should not be copied from anywhere. Staying abreast of technological development, what the technological development related to your research is coming on, you should be fully aware of that. Balancing work life. This is what you are going to work. So balancing work life is also very important. If you decided that you have to give 1 hour every day for your research, you have to give that apart from others. You should not try to keep unless until you have some serious engagements. So this is all about unit 1. Thank you so much. If you have any question, I am ready to answer. This I provide this PPT to all of you. or your group in PDF form. And detailed notes will I will also provide you but later on. Because go through these topics again and then I'll provide you some PDF of details every point is discussed. Any question? Anything left to be discussed? Hmm? Questions नहीं आ रहे हैं No question? Okay, thank you.